I was strung upside down, and I was teased and toyed with. She cut my underwear. I had to put blood caps inside my
I think the listeners are curious about that too, especially all the subs on here.
Sexy story time.
Sexy story time.
I'm such a show off. I'm such an exhibitionist.
That's why you're in the latex.
He put himself in the cage we brought. He was made to like walk around for us quite a bit on his hands and knees. He got pretty bad rug burn. I made Michael and he had to lick it up off the floor.
Welcome to another episode of Uncensored. Today we have the Alice White with us. Alice White is a sex worker, artist, and filmmaker based in New York City now. They've been in the world of sex intimacy for almost a decade, and recently they started writing as a sex expert for a sexual wellness site. Their latest film project is an experimental performance art piece focusing on objectification and the surveillance state. Welcome, Alice White.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so excited for you to be here too. I love the catsuit. I love how this is your signature look. For people who don't know you, I would love to kind of get a sense of who you were before you started sex work. Were you always into the art scene? I know you moved around a lot. You were a farmhand. Just give us the lay of the land of who Alice is.
That's such a, wow, opening was such a hard hitter. To be really vulnerable out the gate, I don't think I know who I was before sex work. I have sort of unearthed who I am in tandem with discovering who I am in sex work and outside of it. Like those processes have happened parallel to each other, and I think very much so like intermingled, and like because of each other, they feed each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a farmhand. I was a ballet dancer my whole life. I was like a pre-professional, headed for the life of a professional dancer. I did a little bit of everything. I was a live-in nanny. Obviously was like a server, did all the different kinds of jobs. And I was, I think, always kind of kinky, God bless Tumblr of
I was a Tumblr girl too.
the like 2010 to like 2014 Tumblr was like truly where I found so much of who I would become unknowingly. But yeah, I think sex work gave me the opportunity to like really flesh all of that out and like find so much more about kink and so much more about like fetish and autonomy and playfulness in sex and like safety in sex and all of that. I've had OnlyFans since like 2018.
You were an early starter before the 2020 like boom.
Yeah. And throughout that I was doing like pro dom sessions. Michael and I were able to offer a really unique sort of experience because we would do couple pro dom sessions. So there was like a penis involved and a feminine person, a vagina, and having like both sets of genitals, both energies. It was a really like unique experience for the sub.
And were these pro dom sessions in person, online? Okay.
We did in person. We also did online, but we did in person pro dom sessions. It was a lot of cuckolds. Being able to fulfill that for them was so fun. I always loved pro doming. I honestly really miss it. But yeah, we did in-person stuff and it was such a fun, silly time. It was very intimidating at first because I was not yet in touch with like the like confidence and like the like wherewithal that a dominant needs to have. So it was a very fun learning experience for me a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just such a joy.
Do you have a session from your pro dom phase of sex work that really stands out to you? And I think the listeners are curious about that too, especially all the subs on here.
Sexy story time.
Sexy story time.
I think one of my favorites was we met the sub. There was absolutely no touching. He put himself in the cage we brought.
Chastity cage or dog
Chastity
cage?
cage. Yes, a chastity cage. He was made to like walk around for us quite a bit on his hands and knees. He got pretty bad rug burn.
Lucky him.
I know. What a privilege. Hotel rug burn on your knee.
Sexy time.
Try explaining those marks. And I made Michael come, and he had to lick it up off the floor, and that was it. That was all he got. He was paraded, he watched, he was degraded, and then he got to eat Michael's cum. What a privilege.
What a lucky boy.
What a lucky boy. He got to watch me make Michael come. Joy.
I know, right? Especially like with that beautiful body too.
It was I'm such a show off. I'm such an exhibitionist.
And that's why you're in the latex. Check out her Instagram for more exhibitionist pictures and videos and reels. So the pro-dom phase, like how long was that, and what made you transition out of it to what you do now, which is primarily digital work, right? Mm-hmm.
There wasn't necessarily a single transition point out of it, so much as just sort of logistics shifted. We moved, so a lot of the subs that we had in the area, it just wasn't as feasible to see anymore. And as online work became more and more lucrative, pro-dom work became less of the focus, especially because it, was something that was fairly experimental. It wasn't something that was like, so it wasn't something that I sought at the time for like personal fulfillment. Even though I did find a lot of joy in it, I didn't like need it. So as the business shifted, it just made more sense to focus more on the online work and on making media to sell. And now I'm actually really excited to like inch my way back into pro-dom work, because that is something that I do like crave now. I'm like,
oh, amazing.
I'm entering my dom era. Finally, my own organic dom era.
And I think doming does necessarily need to be organic too, because forcing dominance is so energy expensive. Like if you're not feeling it, you can't like bring it to that level of intensity that I think a sub really craves.
Yeah. It also feels like you're cheating the sub a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I do believe that you can really have a genuine connection and still be like providing a service. I don't think every single time has to be a like intense, intimate moment for you as the dominant, but I do feel like you have to have some genuine drive to be dominant and to have that exchange.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's just a little less genuine. It's a little less like palpable,
and
for
people
the
can
sub.
tell.
Yeah,
they can tell.
Yeah. As a sub, I can definitely tell. Like, if I'm with someone and I'm like, no, your heart's not in that. You don't want to hit me.
Yeah, you're like,
you don't want to hit me.
It's coming off as a little, a little lackadaisical right now. What would you describe your dominant style as, and also your submissive style?
Brat.
When you're bottoming. Just arguing the whole time.
I'm definitely very bratty and challenging as a submissive. For as much as I like crave the like release of submissiveness and submission, I do put up quite a fight. And but I love that. I love the friction and the conflict. And I think as a dominant, I think it's kind of in flux right now, to be really honest. I don't have a firm answer. I do love having a brattiness in my like dominant energy. But I think, I hope in 6 months I can come back and give you a really firm, like confident answer, because I think it's something's changing. Like I think there might be a little bit more of that like quiet, calm, sort of like still dominance that's sort of emerging inside of myself right now. That might make an appearance and coalesce in my like dominant energy. I don't really know.
It seems like it's a experimental phase right now, and that's always the fun part. I remember when I was starting out a dungeon, I was like, I'm taking every single sub of like every single psychological profile, and I'm just trying it all and seeing where I land, and like that phase is always so like creatively fulfilling too.
I do love humiliation. I love
giving, receiving, both.
Giving. I'm less on the receiving end of humiliation. I love giving humiliation because I feel like it opens this kind of actually beautiful Pandora's box of shame that I then have the opportunity to like work through with my sub in like aftercare and like when we're done playing. Excuse me. I feel like it really reveals so much raw truth of themselves, and I think it's like really, really vulnerable. Like real deep humiliation is so intrinsically interconnected with shame and truth and like safety, and I think that's a really like beautiful thing to play with.
Yeah, I love humiliation. I mean, even in the root word, right? What is it like? Humil, it means like dirt, soil. It's the same root as humble, right? You're like coming back to yourself. It grounds you in a way, but also like, you know, kind of you decompose to soil. Like it breaks a person apart. I love humiliation for that same reason.
So beautiful.
Yeah, same root as like humble, humility.
Yeah. Wow, yeah, that's really I'm gonna really have to think about that. That's beautiful.
Are you a latex fetishist since you wear so much? I was looking at all of your Katsu videos.
So I think I can't truly claim fetishist because I do have sex without latex that I enjoy quite a bit. I think that my latex enjoyment falls more into the kink category of something I really enjoy, but don't need in order to have sexual pleasure. But it is something that I just love. I love the sensation. I love having the hood and having the like no eye hood with only the mouth because it's the best way to describe it for people who haven't had that is like when a kitten gets picked up by its neck and it just goes like it just like goes to sleep. It's that kind of just like everything gets quiet. You can still feel everything, but all of this input, everything is just quieted. It's just sensory deprivation. And like the deep pressure compression is so good on my nervous system. I love it.
Yeah, I love the feeling of a second skin too when it comes to latex.
Yeah.
It's so good. Love a good hood too. I have a bit of a like hood fetish for other people. You do so much online work now, and you make clips, you run your fan site. What is a clip recently that you've made that you're really excited about? And like what kind of walk us through it?
I recently made a clip where it's a POV clip of me being massaged and then fingered. And I really just love the simplicity of it. I love the pushing the boundary of what is and isn't acceptable in certain contexts. It's not quite a CNC clip, but it is a very sort of pushing the boundary of what the consent is, like dubious consent.
Yes, yeah.
So, and I find that very, very hot in clips. And again, I just like the simplicity of it. It's just like, yeah, I'm getting massaged and getting fingered. It's perfect. It's just really nice. And then another one I did recently that I loved was with Kiss Me Deadly Doll.
I love her. Yeah,
Angel.
she was on here a few weeks ago, and I'm shooting with her tomorrow for my.
Oh my gosh!
I'm doing a cult indoctrination series for my Tomie fans, and
I love that.
It's so hard to find an editor that like understands what exactly a cult video is supposed to look like.
Yep,
but she does. So we're shooting that, and I'm so excited for her.
She is fantastic. I actually share the studio. Her studio.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I'm gonna be there tomorrow.
That's so funny.
We've been just crossing paths.
That's literally where I was this morning to get my.
Oh really?
But I shot with Kiss Me Deadly Doll, where I was in 2 futomomos, which is where the top part of the leg and the bottom part of the leg are bound together, like this. And then I was strung upside down, and I was teased and masturbated and toyed with. She cut my underwear, and I was like, the video started with me being like exposed, and I was like, it was so fun.
You're like, no.
Oh, stop.
No, my clothes are coming off.
And of course, Kiss Me Deadly Doll is not only such a talented rope top, but also just a fantastic dom, and so wonderful to work with and be like safe and like submissive with. So that is a clip that I had so much fun with. So
yeah, I mean, I have to check it out myself too at this point. Have you ever gotten a like really fun kinky custom video request? And what is it?
one of my favorite, it's like half custom video request, half in-person pro-dom kind of, but my favorite custom video request was to take me shopping and then make a video of the like try-on haul. So I had a huge shopping spree at this giant mall and then went home and tried on all my clothes, and that was the whole video, and it was perfect and I loved it, and you should take me shopping.
That's so cute. I love that.
It was
just
really
like
fun,
it's like excuse to take you shopping. Yeah.
But like a kinky one, to be honest, I don't do custom requests anymore.
Yeah. I also don't. They're so like they're hard for me to get to.
I think I have like a demand avoidance issue where like and that's like that brattiness where like if I know I'm supposed to do something, I'm like, I've never wanted to do something less in my life. I don't want to do it anymore. This idea that I love it is going to be really fun and agreed to. So I have to like stop taking customs until very, very, very recently. Like this month, I reopened my customs.
Okay.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, I have a similar, I don't know if it's demand avoidance, but it's like the moment someone's like, oh, I really want this specific thing. I'm like, I don't really like being told what to do.
I don't want to do
even
it.
though
Yeah.
it was I like opened myself up to that being a possibility. I was like,
well, I don't want to wear the red underwear.
Now
I want to wear the green ones.
I don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
Even if it's an idea that I personally like too.
Yeah, exactly. What is that?
I don't know. I'm just like, I don't want to do the thing at a deadline.
Yeah. The deadline is what kills me. Yeah.
Yeah. I think like one of the last customs I made was, oh my gosh. Oh, I did have this really fun one where I had to make a little cardboard cutout of a tiny man. Like that was really interesting. And I had to like berate the tiny man. I was like, okay, that one I'll do.
I have one where I have like a vor one. Where one of my favorite vor ones was where I made him out of clay.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. And then I like stepped on him a whole bunch.
Oh my god,
it was
cute.
Really funny.
Yeah, like a little creative outlet. Those customs, like throw it at us. I think we'll be fine with it. Speaking of clay, speaking of like your like artistic side, your creative side, you are working on an experimental performance, and it is on that intersection of objectification and the surveillance state. Walk us through like how that idea came about and what exactly is the piece and where can we check it out?
Okay, so it's still in post-production, so it is not available anywhere yet. It came about because I was talking with someone, I can't even remember who at this point, but we were talking basically about how this objectification and non-consensual sexualization of women is, and like the feminine form, is something that spans all of humanity. Every generation of women have been, like all the women have had at some point this like non-consensual sexualization and objectification. And I was just so taken by how universal that is, how this constant observation, this constant need to share our most intimate moments, not our most sexual moments, but our most our breakups, our meltdowns, our like successes, every single thing, every like non-sexual intimate moment it's normal now for that to be public. And so like seeing this, you know, objectification of women through the lens of like constant oversharing and being constantly observed and like changed as you are observed, really made me want to explore that through film. So I made the most disgusting, horrible, vile, violent, gory, yucky piece I could possibly make. It was kind of by accident. I didn't set out to make something so foul. But it's really off-putting, and I'm really excited about how like viscerally disgusting it is.
Can you give us the details of what exactly is foul about it? Like, what is this piece?
It is I had to put blood caps inside my vagina. So there at some point is blood running down me and vomit on me, and I'm sobbing, and it's a really just disgusting thing to look at. The piece is 3 scenes all in the same setting. It's sort of like a black box theater if it was in a dream. And there's a single rotating platform in the center. And the 3 scenes all follow the same emotional arc, but they all depict a woman in different settings and sort of in different times. One is it like evokes sort of like a Renaissance woman. One evokes a very sort of like our, I don't want to say childhood, but our coming of age years. And then one is sort of a bastardized, hyper, like digitized woman that is like bound to technology. And there's 3 security cameras and a endoscopy camera involved in that scene. So we see inside the mouth, inside the vaginal canal. It's incredibly invasive. It's very, very imposing. And the same sequence of events happens in each scene. And we're still in post as far as editing goes. I'm sort of finding the right way to present it. And it's also kind of tricky to explain because there's no dialogue. There's no dialogue at all. It is 100% like performance art, essentially. And it's, again, really yucky. Some of the crew were like, hey, I'm going to step out, actually. And I was like, ooh, sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah.
So for people who wants to check it out, do they find it online? Do they have to email you? Can something like this be hosted online anywhere?
I don't know. Honestly, that is a question I've yet to answer. Every time someone's like, so what are you going to do with this? I'm not really sure yet. I felt such a strong like compulsion to like make it as I saw it and then to deal with like the logistics of distribution later. Because, Vimeo, you're allowed to post some nudity, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to like share it. But I will definitely be posting about it on my Instagram once it comes out. We're shooting for having it out before Thanksgiving.
Okay, I'm excited for it. I really want to check it out, or maybe like figure out some kind of screening situation that could happen live.
And then I'm hoping to work with some like museums and like art spaces to host it so that it can be seen, because I really don't know how else. Like nowhere, the censorship has gotten so severe that even like there's just I literally there is nowhere to put it except for a private site.
I have been just emailing people my most extreme scenes.
Yep,
like
literally we've come
email
full circle. Yeah, it's a private Dropbox link again.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, if I have to get to a point where I'm shipping DVDs to people, I will ship DVDs to people.
I feel like we're so close to that. Like it's
we're
crazy.
Going back to analog.
It's truly we're going all the way back to analog. Like the censorship is so extreme.
Yeah,
we've come. Like it's 1992 again.
We'll get some pigeons and like strap DVDs to them and like ship them to people that way.
Literally.
Well, thank you, Alice, for coming on and being so candid on this episode of Uncensored. I'll see you around. I would love to collab with you sometime in the future. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And if you want to check Alice out, all her links and tagging, all of that is going to be below. So thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. I had really such a lovely time. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for watching this episode of Uncensored with MX Tomie. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're a very good sub. And don't forget to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon, and all the other apps that I'm on. I'll see you on the next one.